So welcome to Holiday Club, and this week we're at two places. The first one is this one, the Witch's Stone in the village of Spott. Spott's a little village just outside of Dunbar. You can get the bus from Asda or a taxi or drive up. You could even walk actually or cycle, although it'd be a long day doing that. But anyway, it's just up the road, and it's a fascinating place with a really rich history that we're going to learn about this week. If you want to make a full day of your day out to Spott, then you could carry on walking and go to a place called Brock Woods. And I'm going to show you where Brock Woods is in another video that will follow this one. We hope you have enjoyed your activities this week. Over the weekend you should have been given a bumper bag full of goodies for you to do over the week. I know some people have already started doing those things already and have probably eaten all the sweets that you were given as well. But that's fine. The Holiday Club this year, you do it at your own pace, whenever you want, and as many times as you like. It's really up to you. So I hope you have a great week, and we'll look forward to hearing from you as the week goes on.
Hello friends, I haven't seen you travel in these parts before. You don't look very familiar, although actually, is that Jim Robertson's son, the blacksmith's son from Stenton? Oh, Jock MacDonald's son, the pig farmer from Aikengale. No, you can't be him, you smell too nice. Well, my name is Mary, and I often travel along this road through this beautiful village of Spott. It's the year 1698, and we're on a well-trodden path from Dunbar Harbour all the way up here, over the Lammermuir Hills to the Borders market town of Lauder. It's the route many folk use to take freshly caught herring to the market. We carry the load on our backs and on carts in huge baskets. It's called the Herring Road, and it's still there today. Let me tell you about Spott. Spott is a village where many folk work on the farms, looking after the land. Some folk work for the master at Spott House. He's very wealthy and owns much of the land around here. It's a small community where everyone knows each other's business. I could tell you many a tale about the folk that live here. But let me tell you, there's another side to Spott, a not so nice side. There are people who say that others are evil, that they're possessed by the devil, that they're witches. You see, right across Scotland and all across Europe, there's a public panic about witches. The church has been reformed, and Christianity is done in a different way, and there are real high standards of godliness expected of everyone, and if you fall short of those standards, you're in trouble. And one thing that's definitely not accepted is practicing witchcraft. Come on now, single file and mind the traffic. Oh look, it's Mrs. Mills. Hi Mrs. Mills, good morning. What's that you're looking at?
Hi Mary. Oh, this is the Witch's Stone. This is where many people who had the crime of being a witch met their end. People in the presbytery.
Most of these women weren't witches at all. It might be just a person who's made up a medicine to help somebody. We'd also single out people for having a physical defect, perhaps a birthmark, or an ugly face, or a limp. Accusations would fly around, blaming people for cows dying, for the weather being bad, for fish not being caught, all sorts of things. You name it, they said it. All good excuses to accuse somebody of being a witch.
So these so-called witches were tortured until they either confessed to practicing magic or spells that would hurt other people, confessed to being in league with the devil, or cursing people. So once they'd confessed, they were sent to the real courts, and there they were tortured again until they confessed and were often sentenced to death. Not all the torture was physical though. One way they used to find worked really well was to deprive you of sleep. After you'd gone without sleep for 2 days, then you were likely to hear voices or see things that weren't there, and you're so tired they would just have said anything. And here at the Witch's Stone, one of the last so-called witches was killed. Her name was Marion Lyle, and her crime? Well, wait for it. She swore at somebody, and she was rude to a pregnant lady. I tell you. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think these church people, these Christians, were being very, well, Christian, were they? Well, what I've heard from the good book, the Bible, it says that the most important rule is to love God and then to love other people. And well, I don't really think loving people is strangling them and torturing them, is it? I'm sure their job is to bring peace, not hatred. But what about you and where you live? Maybe you live in Dunbar. Maybe you live in Spott. Maybe you're aware, well, not of witches in the way that we're describing here. Not on a broomstick and with a wee cat. That's not the sort of thing we're thinking of. But I wonder if you treat anybody differently. People maybe are a bit different. People who don't fit in. I mean, there's lots of things on the news we can hear about people being treated badly because of lots of different reasons. So what about you? How do you treat people? This witchy stone here in Spott is a reminder of some of the mistakes of the past, the way we've treated people, the way we've been unkind, the way we've hurt others. And maybe we can learn a lesson from that about how we treat people today. Maybe we all need to stop sometimes to think about the things we've done. To stop and reflect and take time. So we all need to say sorry sometimes.
So perhaps you'd like to leave something to help you remember. Perhaps a coin or a flower or a small stone. Look, people have already done that. Take a minute to think about a situation where you'd like to see peace. Or even just think about these poor ladies who lost their lives for being accused of being witches.